Hey guys, we are here in London at the YMS event and I am absolutely thrilled to be speaking to none other than one of our judges for 2022, the wonderful Fabio Piras. Thank you so much for chatting to me today.
Well, thank you for the wonderful.
Of course.
I'm delighted to be here today. I mean, it's great. It's great to see this level of creativity and engagement with their craft, with their narrative, and it's just wonderful to see that. And there's a level of genuine talent that I think, and expression of that talent that needs to be really celebrated. And today, I think, was a really good take on that. It was a really good selection, and yeah.
Fabio, you speak so highly of Junk Kouture, but what is it that you really love about it?
What I really love about Junk Kouture is its spirit and what it stands for, because that's what I really enjoyed today. For instance, this wasn't supposed to be like the show. It was supposed to be a presentation of Junk Kouture, and just that moment, the commitment to it, and the genuinity, and there is no cosmetic addition to it. There's just the intent. And Junk Kouture stands for so many things that I think are really, really important today for humanity, for the kids. But if I can call you kids, and kids, it talks about fun, it talks about sustainability, it talks about what happens to the planet. If we don't care for the planet, then there is no planet. But it talks about much more many things that are important, because you can't do any of that if you don't understand who you are as a person, as a human, if you don't love yourself for the right reasons, if you're not confident about who you are and unashamedly. And I think that this idea that you can be unashamedly creative, and then that enables you to be unashamedly yourself, then that to me has a huge value.
I love that concept, the unashamedly appreciative of self-love. I love that message, and it's one that Junk Kouture carries so well.
Absolutely, and it's not just self-love by being you. It's about considering others. I mean, it's a competition that includes also collaboration. It's being part of something. It's part of being of a group in a school. It's part of widening your creative vision to others. So it's wonderful, and something like Junk Kouture, how can you not support it? And I come from a point of view of an educator. Strangely, I'm in a way at the end of the process. I direct a master course, so there's a journey to reach that point. But I think it's so wonderful to see that level of quality. It's not about quality. It's not about how well it's finished or how well it's all sorted. It's on how much you commit to it and how much meaning you have in what you show. And here you have two examples of real commitment. It's just incredible craftsmanship. So therefore, yes, it is couture. An enormous amount of time spent on it. It's unique. And it's a statement, and it's a positive statement. What more do you want?
Absolutely, it's like you said, it's the craftsmanship, it's unique, it's all the self-love, all that involved. But why do you think it's important for students to hear this message and to see the likes of these two guys standing up here in their design, spreading this message? Why do you think that's important?
Oh my God, why shouldn't it be important? I mean, it's important because it's a message also of celebrating diversity, but so at the same time, it's about individuality, it's about identity, but it's also about understanding different voices. And I think as Junk Kouture will expand in the future, then it will be even more voices and even more diverse voices. And that is one box ticked, But I think also it's important because we have this still, unfortunately, this idea that maybe what is manual or what is just purely perceived creative is less valuable or less investable as maybe something that is about science, about commerce, or about. creativity is all of that. So therefore, if you can commit to this level of outcome, there is so many qualities that you're expressing, and also so much potential. And I think within schools, it's also essential to promote the idea of creative engagement. And it sounds really strange, but we're getting into a world that actually wants to promote it less.
Absolutely.
So I love the idea that Junk Kouture actually is there to promote it more.
Absolutely. It's breaking the boundaries, like it always does.
If you come from an art education, then it makes you so open-minded, and it gives you so many skills that actually you could venture into any level of professional endeavor later. So that's another point that is very important about Junk Kouture. And beside also that it also promotes also diversity. I don't know. I wish that when I was a kid I had Junk Kouture or something of that kind. To sort of aspire to, and to sort of understand there are kids like me that I could sort of hey, I don't like basketball, but maybe I like a sewing machine. And it took me a long time to like a sewing machine.
Absolutely, because it's not always given to us in like the education environment. But I think Junk Kouture really creates a safe space for younger people. And I don't think there's anybody better than the two veterans of Junk Kouture right here to talk us through what Junk Kouture has done for you guys and why it's important to have that safe space.
Definitely, just as you were saying, there's a space for people to go and do sports, and there's a space for them to be academic, but there never has been that real safe space and pathway that we can go down to be creative and not be embarrassed or ashamed about it, because people not 10, 20 years ago, if you were young and would try to express yourself in this way, you'd probably be called punk, but you would also be looked upon very negatively, and people would have loads of stereotypes about you. And the schools get so involved with it now that there's no shame or embarrassment about it, or no stigmas around it, and it's just very refreshing in this industry, or it's a good way to get it into the industry as well, to have that safe pathway, I think.
And Breed, you've spoken about the community of Junk Kouture many times, so
I come from a small community, and I noticed that even the support you get from your community, or even inspiring the younger kids in our community, was such a big thing. Me and my friend Emma, who is also here with us today in London, we both come from the same small community, and the amount of support and even inspiring the smaller kids, it's just amazing. And the parents for to let your kids do whatever they want, and to open a pathway that they can do all this, and that that opportunity is out there, and you learn so much from the competition. I think it's something every younger kid should get involved in.
Absolutely. I don't think anybody could have put it better than you two guys. But do you know what? We were absolutely so excited to have you here with us today, Fabio, and we're even more excited to have you as a judge for 2022, and we cannot wait to see what you're going to do. So thank you so much for coming in and chatting.
Well, thank you so much. And by the way, I'm honored. It's a great thing to be involved with, and I know I will love it. There's enough extravaganza, enough fun, enough honesty for me to know that I'm going to really enjoy it. So
it is, like the guy said, it's a community, and we can't wait to kick off in UK. So we will leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching.